Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be explaining you about the classification of fluids based on the property called viscosity. So regarding viscosity and regarding the expression for viscosity and regarding numerical problems I have solved in my earlier video. Please do watch the video. And now according to the property of viscosity, we are generally having 5 types of fluids. Okay, so let's see what are those 5 types. The first one is ideal fluid, the second one is real fluid, third one is Newtonian fluid, fourth one is non-Newtonian fluid, and fifth one is ideal plastic fluid. Now let's cover all these 5 types of fluids in detail with examples. Yeah, coming to the first one, ideal fluid. See, ideal fluid is the one which doesn't have any viscosity or whose viscosity is zero, or indirectly you call it inviscid nature. Inviscid nature means viscosity is negligible or zero. Okay, such types of fluid are called as ideal fluids. I'm repeating, ideal fluid is the one whose viscosity is zero. But in nature, there is no liquid which is ideal. Every fluid or every liquid is having some viscosity. You take it air or water, whatever. Every fluid in the nature will have viscosity, but comparatively the values may be less or more. But it doesn't mean that it is having zero viscosity. So ideal fluids are just imaginary. So we just imagine the fluid to be ideal for our derivation purpose like that. But in practical, it is nowhere ideal fluid existing in nature. Next, coming to real fluid. So real fluid is the fluid which possesses viscosity. So obviously, whatever fluids are existing in this nature, in this world, are obviously real. They are having viscosity compulsory. They are called as real fluids. So examples can be water, oil, petrol, or whatever. All the fluids existing in nature are examples of real fluid. So you can write that also. Okay. Next is Newtonian fluid. So if you remember in my last video of viscosity, I was talking about Newton's law of viscosity. Newton's law of viscosity states that the shear stress acting on the liquid is directly proportional to the shear strain or velocity gradient. Yes, if the fluid, the real fluid rather, if it satisfies Newton's law of viscosity or if it obeys Newton's law of viscosity, then it's called as Newtonian fluid. It means that for this fluid, shear stress will be proportional to shear strain. And examples of this Newtonian fluids are all standard fluids like air, water, alcohol, benzene. These could be some of the live examples for Newtonian fluid. Next comes non-Newtonian fluid. So if Newtonian fluid is the one which obeys Newton's law of viscosity, then what will be a non-Newtonian fluid? Yes, obviously it is that type of fluid which doesn't obey Newton's law of viscosity. If it is not obeying Newton's law of viscosity means what? Shear stress is not proportional to shear strain. Such type of liquids are called non-Newtonian liquids or non-Newtonian fluids. Examples are blood, our blood, and shampoos and food sauces, like you have your mayonnaise and you have your ketchups, right? Those all comes under examples of non-Newtonian fluids. And the last one is ideal plastic fluid. Now this is a very peculiar case. Ideal plastic fluids means it's actually a fluid by nature, but when there is no stress on the, or when there is no load acting on it, it behaves like a solid. It means looks like a solid when there is no load or when there is no stress or when there is no pressure applied on it. But once you start applying the pressure or load or stress, it flows like a liquid. When it is looking like a solid, when you are applying load, it should distort like a solid, right? No, but it starts flowing like a liquid. That's called as ideal plastic fluid. So a fluid which behaves as a rigid body at low stresses but flows as high viscous fluid at high stress is called as ideal plastic fluid. And the best very live example is your toothpaste. You observe your toothpaste, right? Until the cap is closed, until you don't press the toothpaste tube, it looks like a solid inside. Okay, you can see some mass, but once you start pressing, how it comes out from the tube? Like a fluid, right? That's your toothpaste. And even your shaving gel also can be the example of a ideal plastic fluid. And we have a small graph which is representing all the types of fluids in one place. So see here, shear stress tau is represented on your y-axis and velocity gradient is represented on x-axis. Okay, so as I've told you, What was our first example? Ideal fluid, right? So ideal fluid, it is not having any viscosity. Means here the ideal fluid is represented on x-axis on velocity gradient. Our second fluid was real fluid, which is possessing viscosity. So if it is possessing viscosity means we have the formula tau equal to mu into du by dy. So if mu is existing means tau is also existing. So we represent real fluids on y-axis. Next, what was that we told? Newton's law of viscosity obeying fluid, which is Newtonian fluid. So as I've told, shear stress is proportional to shear strain, means shear stress and shear strain or velocity gradient are proportional to each other. So the graph will be a straight line passing through the origin. And next was non-Newtonian fluid, which is not obeying Newton's law of viscosity. So the graph is curved. It's not a straight line. It is passing through origin, but it's not a straight line. And the last one I told you was ideal plastic fluid. It behaves like a solid under zero stresses and flows like a fluid when a stress is applied. So that's why it's like this, shown by the violet color. Why we have given this gap? Why we didn't draw from the origin? Why? Because I told it is behaving like a solid. So there will be some stress inside it, but it is able to overcome the stress. That's why it is not flowing. But once you apply the stress, it started flowing like a liquid. So like this, you represent the ideal plastic fluid curve. So this is the entire graph or plot which is representing all the 5 fluids at one place. So this graph is, if you remember this graph, you can write the definitions also. So it's very important. Please have a note of it. So this is the classification of fluids regarding viscosity. Hope you understood this video and thank you so much.